Right, hello guys, welcome to our second gameplay video. This is the Daisy Ultimatum of Chaos on The Gathering. So if you haven't checked out the the deck building video, check it out first to see what's in the deck. I've had a day to think about it, and I'm just going to talk through a couple of things about the deck that I've noticed. So I've pulled my random weakness, and it is it's Unspeakable Oath Curiosity, which is actually pretty good for Daisy. Just means she's got to do an extra investigate in a location with no clues. Now it is a campaign one, but because it's got the rule that if you fail you get too few experience, I thought it'd fit in with the gameplay for Dumb Luck. So if this is still in play at the end of the game, that's a half win. Right, okay, painkillers. So the reason I put painkillers to one side is because you might remember there were 3 desperate skills in the deck, and I'm just contemplating the crazy idea of possibly having a desperate Daisy. I don't think it's ever been done before for obvious reasons, but you don't know. I've got the combat one whose name escapes me, and I've got the evade one, agility one, whose name also escapes me. But you never know, possibly, because I might have the Necronomicon. I've got those painkillers, and there is the choice between taking 2 horror or discarding a card at random. And yeah, if I could get down there, why not? Let's give it a go. Why have I got all these events out? Well, firstly, Spectral Razor. I realised I didn't really know what this card did fully. I forgot that it actually added on to the attack. So this card I said was going to be good. It's going to be amazing if it comes out at the right time. But all these events that I identified as quite useful, the one thing that I hadn't really considered at the time is their cost. They're all 2 cost or 3 cost, and there is not very much economy in this deck at all. The only economy I've got is Astounding Revelation. So I know people like to put the secrets on Mr. Rook for Astounding Revelation, but don't be surprised if I take the two resources instead, because yeah, I won't have much money. Right, strategy. What am I doing? So one of the big decisions here will be, do I go quick or do I go slowly? Because you've always got the option of just binning off one enemy when you're in the study. And of course you've got the 2 sort of semi-bosses who, if they spawn in Act 1, will just whiff and disappear. So I don't know, to be honest. I suppose I should decide really, but perhaps we'll just see what happens. Anything else to say? Yes, new rule. If I don't put a token down, unbelievable. If I don't put a token down and say it out loud before I put it back in, that is going to be classed as an auto fail. And that is to train me to say what is on the token. Because I know it was a bit annoying. I was annoyed watching it back. There's a couple of pulls in the last game that just, yeah, I couldn't see what they were, and obviously you couldn't see what they were, and that must be massively frustrating. The hair is still there, but yeah, hopefully it won't get in the way this time. Yeah, it's unlikely. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Daisy Walker. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we got. Opening hand. Spectral Razor. Ritual Candles. The Deduction. The Necronomicon goes. There's Ethereal Form. Oh, yeah, no, that does start in my hand, doesn't it? Okay, well, that's an obvious one to go. Oh, I don't know whether the right thing to do is to keep them or to get rid of them. There's not that many assets I'm waiting for, is there? I think I'm going to get rid of the Ritual Candles. I don't need the Deduction. I'm going to hope to find something better. I don't quite know. Now, what am I looking for? Why am I looking for something better? Mr. Rook would be better. Barricade, I would really like to see before the end of the game. Let's see what we got. Prophesy, that's probably late game. Doom only goes up to 3 here. That's not ideal. Mr. Rook, yes! And Healing Words might come in handy later, or it might be a good target for Crypt Chill. All right then, let's get ready to go. Good luck, Daisy. We got this. Okay, action 1 is to play Mr. Rook. He costs 3. I'll put 3 secrets. There's going to be a lot of shuffling, therefore, in this deck. Now, do I want to start using him early or do I want to start using him later? I'm going to start using him early because I want to get the Necronomicon out. So, this is not an action. I'm going to go 9, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What we got? Hawkeye, fantastic. That is what I am taking. get my willpower up by 1, nothing else. I did say barricade, didn't I? Hawkeye feels like the immediate choice. Right, okay, so I've only taken 1 action. Thank you, Mr. Rook, that's very handy. Okay, so second action, unsurprisingly, will be playing the Hawkeye. And third action, I will just do a straight investigate. Here we go. So I am 5 on 2, -2, that's a clue. And that's the end of my first turn. So Rook wakes up, get a card. It is the Manual Dexterity, might be useful. Gain a resource. Here goes a Doom. Now if this is an enemy, I could be in a little bit of trouble already. I guess I'd need Rook to get my Astounding Revelation so I could play the Spectral Razor or Ethereal Form. Let's see what we get. Of course it's Ancient Evils. Of course it's Ancient Evils. Right, okay. Well, there's no point hanging around. Let's get this clue. So I'm 5 against 2. Here we go. That is an Occultist, -1. If you fail, take 1 horror. I don't fail. So that fires up my Hawkeye. Now, do I move yet or do I gain some resources? I think I'm going to trigger Mr. Rook now. Yep, let's do that now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what we get. Okay, I don't really know what I want. I guess Ethereal Form is pretty amazing. I've already got 1, but if 1's good, then 2's even better. Right. Okay, I've lost track. What have I done? I've done 1 action, which was to investigate. So second and third actions. I don't really want to play that Healing Winds. Okay, this will look crazy, but I'm going to take 2 resources. Okay, I'm then gonna let the I'm then gonna ready Rooks. This is the upkeep phase. Take a card, True Understanding, gain a 4th resource, and the Doom advances. And the choice is I can either discard a card at random, or I take 2 horror. I'm going to take the 2 horror. I'm going to start charging up Desperate Daisy. I'm not even going to put one on Mr. Rook. This is probably an awful idea, but let's give it a go. Here we go. What we got? Ghoul Minion. Right. Okay. Well, now seems like the right time to spend my clues and advance. Okay. So we know what happens here. The locations come into play. Mr. Ghoulie goes away, and we reset the board. So attic, cellar, parlour, hallway, and there we go. Right, I'm going to take a moment, assess the situation. How am I looking? Right, well, I'm fairly tooled up. I've got the Ethereal Form, which will help me sneak out and get Lita. I've got, I guess, 3 damage there for Lita. I don't have the other, sorry, for the Ghoul Priest. I don't have the other 2 unless I wait absolutely ages and use Prophesy. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling reasonably happy. So should we go for the High Shroud first? No, let's go for the Low Shroud first, because then I can charge up the Hawkeye and that will help me with the High Shroud. There we go. Right, so 2 clues on there, and I take a horror. I put 2 on 3 horror. I'm sure this is a bad idea. Will it work? Oh, I do hope so. Okay, that's my first action. I haven't done Rook yet. So here we go. Final secret coming off Rook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do we got? Oh. Any ideas? There's the painkillers. Oh, I can't take the painkillers. Should I take the painkillers? No, I think I'm going to have to take... I don't know what to take. This is just not really what I was hoping for at all. Okay, I guess I take the medical text. Otherwise, I'm not really using her ability at all. And yeah, things might get tight at the end, but I'm not at all happy with that draw. Not at all. Okay, here we go. So, 2 actions remaining. There we go. There's my hand, if you are following that. Here we go. So, I'm 5 against 1. That is a tablet, that is a pass. And then my final action is still 5 against 1. That's -4, so that is also a pass, and we charge up Hawkeye. So I'm now on 6 6 intellect. Okay, let's see what card I get. See if I can get the other piece to the puzzle of beating the Ghoul Priest. The painkillers are in hand. Okay, fine. First doom goes on. Let's see what we get. Grasping Hands. Okay, well, I've got my manual dexterity, haven't I? I don't think I want to use anything else. I'm certainly not wasting ethereal form on it. And I don't want to waste true understanding. So I will commit manual dexterity. So I am now 4 on 3. Let's see what we get. I'm in the attic, by the way. Oh, Elder Sign! Elder Sign. I don't have any tomes in play, unfortunately, but I do pass the test, which is probably what matters the most. And I draw a card from Manual Dexterity, and it is a Blinding Light. Have I got enough willpower icons to rush this now? I might have. What I don't want is this second enemy to come in play and me to get completely swamped. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see then. So that was good. Right, first action, move back into the hallway. Sorry, I hadn't revealed the hallway. Doesn't matter. Second action, move into the cellar, take a damage, which I will put on Mr. Rook. There we go. And third and final action, I will be investigating. I'm now 6 on 4. Where's that reduction? That would have been handy now, wouldn't it? Here we go. What have we got? Oh, -1. Yes, excellent. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, upkeep. How many cards have I got? I've got too many. I might have forgotten to discard one. Nope, because it came from the manual dexterity. So that's fine. My hand size hasn't been checked yet. Have to get rid of a couple of cards here. What have we got? Desperate Search. Right. Okay, what am I getting rid of? Let's have a think. I am going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of Healing Wind because I probably prefer to play the medical text. And I am going to get rid of Desperate Search. Okay, there we go. Don't think I've taken my resource. If I have, apologies. So that puts me on 5. Okay, and we are looking at the second doom. Let's see what we get. Oh, now things have got serious. All right, it was going pretty well up to that point. What am I going to do about this guy? Right. Okay, let's have a slight pause, slight think. So, evading him is possible with ethereal form. Maybe that's what I do. Yeah, okay, so that now has taken away a lot of my time advantage. Ethereal form, let's check what it does. Add your willpower skill to the evasion attempt. If you succeed, disengage from each enemy with you for the remainder of the round. You are ethereal and cannot engage enemies. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So what would that be? That would be 6 on 2, which is obviously good. And then I'll get the clue and then I'll move in and I will not advance the agenda yet because I don't think I'm quite set up for it, or am I? Okay, we'll worry about that in a second. Let's pass this test first, shall we? Okay, here we go. So we are going for, so this is evasion plus willpower. My willpower is currently 4, so I'm 6 against 2. -2, that's a success. Okay, so I'm now ethereal, which sounds lovely. Second action, I'm investigating. Now, I don't want to hang around now, do I? However, I don't have anything to boost me, so I'm going 6 on 4. Reminder, I need to get this clue by the rules of dumb luck. Oh, no. Okay, I should probably say it's an auto-fail, otherwise it has to be an auto-fail. Right, okay, what do I do here? Okay, so he won't engage me this turn. I think I've just got to do it again. I can't see anything else. Well, I really don't want to fail it this time. So let's chuck in true understanding. Maybe I should have done that first time. Yeah, that was a mistake. I mean, it wasn't because I got an auto-fail, but theoretically that was a mistake. And it's -1. So I've got that final clue. I've got my my requirements for completing the game, completing my own rules. So he readies, but he doesn't engage me. Any engage me for the remainder of the round. So he'll engage me at the start of the Mythos phase. Okay, good. Upkeep. Spectral Razor. Resource. Okay. So it's the end of the round, so he now engages. We put the third Doom on. Okay, can't play. Okay, that does change things. Actually, that changes exactly what I was going to do. Can't play assets. Can't play events. Okay, I'm a little bit stuck. I'd love it if someone could suggest some help. I am thinking that my best course of action here would be to evade. I guess I could play Blinding Light. Let's play Blinding Light. So I would be evading 4 on 2, which is not good enough at the moment. The painkillers, the big desperate daisy plan is not going to happen, isn't it? Oh, especially as I've just given myself an extra sanity when I cleared that location. So I'm going to commit the painkillers. So this is looking like 5 on 2. Okay, 5 on 2. Let's see what we get. What happens if I get a silly sign? I lose an action. Okay, +1. Perfect. So evaded, takes a damage. Thank you. That's my. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm a complete idiot. I can't play events, can I? That's what I just read to myself. Right. Okay. Apologies. So I'm not doing that. Oh my god. All right. I wish I could use that token now. Okay, I can't. That would be silly. So I'm going to commit Blinding Light and I'm going to commit Prophesy. So I'm evading 1, 2, 3 for Blinding Light, 4, 5, because there's 3 Doom in play. Okay, so this is 5 on 2. Oh, yeah, tablet, that's -2. That's good. If there is a Ghoul Priest enemy at your location, take 1 damage. Oh dear. There we go. So that's my first action. Second action is move in. Right. Third action, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm tempted to take a resource so then I can play Ethereal Form and 2 Spectral Razor over the next couple of turns. Depends an awful lot on what this next Mythos card is. I'm going to take a resource for my third action. Oh yeah, apologies for the passing an action thing I did last time. I don't know what that was. I should have, of course, taken a resource. Okay, here we go. So, upkeep. He wakes up. That goes. Card. Ooh! Mind over matter. Thank you. Your timing is perfect. Right, Doom. See what we get. Frozen in Fear. Ooh. Ooh, okay, fine. I'm frozen in fear. Okay, apologies. Again, a misplay. I do apologise. I was going to advance the act then. That was my whole plan. So, could advance the act, and of course, Ghoulie turns up, and Lita appears in the parlour. Right, and then I get frozen in fear. After the 4th Doom gets added on. Apologies for that. Right, okay, what are we doing? Well, we are going to evade the Ghoul Priest. So the question is, what is the best choice of card? It feels like the best choice of card is Mind Over Matter. So that way I can play that. That's fast. I can evade, which will take an extra action. Then I can move. So he's not hunting at the moment. He won't because he'll be exhausted. I can pick up Lita next turn. Yeah, that feels like the best thing. Or is that a horrible waste of Mind Over Matter? Am I better off playing Ethereal Form? Let's have a think. So this is still an evade action, so it still takes an extra action. Just running the numbers in my head, this would be, if I used Mind Over Matter, that'd be 6 against 4. If I used Imperial Form, if I used Ethereal Form, I can commit the painkillers and go 7 over 4. I prefer that. So here we go. First action, I'm playing Ethereal Form, and I'm committing the painkillers. So this is actually the first 2 actions. 7 on 4. It is a Scar, which is -1. Great stuff. So that's my first 2 actions. Third action is moving into there. Right, okay, now I do not want to fail this test, so I really, really should have saved that. Painkillers, but here we go, didn't know. So I'm doing my Frozen in Fear. Oh god, it is bad, isn't it? Ooh. No, I think I'm going to just stick with it. Because, I mean, the worst thing happens is I let the Ghoul Priest come to me next turn, and I'll try and get rid of that somehow. So here we go. End of my turn, I'm going for 4 on 3. This feels crucial. -1, yes, perfect. Thank you very much. Gone. Right, okay, upkeep phase. What do I get? It is read the signs. Well, it's got a willpower icon, which is great. I was a little bit down on that card, actually. I don't think I should have been. Again, it's not a card I knew particularly well. Fifth Doom is going on. Ooh, anyone getting deja vu? Right. Okay, so first action. I mean, that is pretty important. That pretty much seals the fact that I'm just going to stand there and let the Ghoul Priest come to me. I can take it. Rook can take it. Cheers, Rook. Right, I guess I could also play in the medical text and give myself a little bit of a buffer. I don't know. Let me think. Okay, so first job is to parlay with Lisa Chandler, and that will be a test of 4. So I'm going to chuck the read the signs into that test. So I am currently 7 on 4. I'd really like this test to pass. Ooh, auto fail. All right. Okay, no good. Second action, I'll just have to repeat it. This time I'm 6 on 4. Right, okay, fine. And the final test. Perhaps I'll pick a different token this time. Skull, yeah, it's passed. Welcome aboard. Oh yeah, sorry, Rook. I see you gone, mate. Thank you very much for your help. You were pretty good. All right, so it is the end of my turn. I want to get rid of the Frozen in Fear, but just how important is this test? Because I'm planning to play 2 of these Spectral Razor, which will kill the Ghoul Priest, and I've got the backup of Mind Over Matter. Definitely don't want to commit Spectral Razor to this test. When do you do this? At the end of your turn, so that's right now. I'm 4 on 3. -1, yes! Let's see. I am getting it over on Frozen in Fear during these games, aren't I? Right, okay. So, enemy hunts in. Welcome to the party, Lita. You are going to take that immediately. Thank you very much. Nice to have you on board. What is my card? Deduction, a bit late. A resource, so all that worry about money at the start is fine. Now, I do not want this to be an Ancient Evils. That would be bad. Brilliant. As I was opening my mouth, I thought, do not say that. Okay, so I have to shuffle in and draw the top ghoul enemy. So hopefully it'll be one of those ghoul enemies that spawn in one of the other 2 locations. I think I took my damage when I went into the cellar. Yeah, I think I did. All right, and the other good news is I think I've missed both these triggers that add the extra doom and move the ghouls towards me. Yeah, I have. So here we go, looking for this ghoul. Who is it? It's not him. It's not him. It's not rats. We haven't seen rats at all yet. Another rat. 3 rats hanging around in a great big group. Oh no. It is probably, yeah, well, it is the worst choice, isn't it? Right. Ooh, and that was mine. That wasn't Mythos card, wasn't it? Right. This is it. This is the play. This is the big play. What stands a better chance? Well, I can. Okay, quick bit of maths. Let's do some maths. I do like the maths after all. So if I play Mind Over Matter, I will be going for 5 + 1, which is 6. I told you I like maths. Against 4, which is okay. However, if I do the Spectral Razor, I'll be adding my combat, which is currently 3, to my willpower, which is currently 4, which would give me 7. So I'll be 7 against 4. I can do that twice, and that will kill the Ghoul Priest, because that will be 2 damage for the card plus another 1 for Lita. So it all comes down to these 2 tests. Is there anything I want to do first? I haven't played a single tome this game, have I? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, but there we go. First, Spectral Razor. So this is the deal. Let's just double check my numbers. 2 combat, 3 combat, plus my willpower, which is currently 4. 7 on 4 for 3 damage. 7 on 4, people. Yes! Oh, it's on, it's on, it's on. Here we go. Second action. Playing 2 for another Spectral Razor. Spectral Razor. Love it. What a card. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on. It is a combat check. so I can commit medical texts. But hang on, I've got a feeling I committed a willpower card earlier, didn't I? Okay, I'm pretty sure that test failed, but that's a misplay. I do apologise. Anyway, here we go. This is now 8 on 8, -2, game. Excellent. Well, Daisy, fantastic. Quicker than Roland's, less hairy than Roland's, certainly, in every sense. Yeah, great stuff. Really enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm worried I did a misplay there. So perhaps you could, well, I'll have a look and you could probably point it out to me as well. But good, excellent. So I'm happy with how this is going. Yeah, any feedback would be great. And I will catch you on the next episode, which I think, if I'm following my system, will be Agnes. And I think that is going to be one of the hardest of the core set. All right, cheers, guys. See you later. Hi folks, I thought I'd just do a quick debrief after that game, just to share some thoughts, or to put it more accurately, I just watched the video back and I was screaming at it quite a lot and thought I would take an opportunity to share some of my thoughts that I forgot to mention while I was playing. Okay, firstly, yes, unfortunately on that penultimate token pool, I forgot to say the -2. So strictly speaking, that was an auto fail. I have decided to give myself a break there. Because, well, various reasons, but most importantly, I just don't want to record it again. So there we go, I'll let myself off. I did waste a +1 during that game, so I think it's fair. There you go. Secondly, yeah, unfortunately the hair is still there. I'm not going to hairdressers at the moment. Can't think of anywhere I'd least like it to be, so we'll all have to put up for it for a little bit longer. Couple of rule things. I did have too many cards in my hand at one point. I don't think it made a massive difference. I also committed to a test I shouldn't have. I'm pretty sure I did that. Also didn't really have any major impact. So lessons for me there. Okay. Oh yeah. And finally, yeah, the Desperate Daisy thing, I don't think is particularly going to catch on. Anyway, let's look at some of the cards that came up, which performed really well. Firstly, the Hawkeye folding camera. I'm definitely going to look at that for Daisy next time. I've played it before in gym, but yeah, it seemed to work really well, particularly if we were using our willpower quite a lot. But that static intellect boost is great. So I really like that. Relatively cheap. Mr. Rook was really good. Interestingly, I used him 3 times and didn't hit a single weakness, which I think is quite unlikely, but he was fantastic. Deny Existence I put there because during one of my Rook searches, Deny Existence was in my hand and I completely blanked it, like we'd had an argument or something. It's a great card. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I should have done, really. But there we go. But the star of the show, without a doubt, was Spectral Razor. And I thought I'd just put it next to I've Got a Plan and just try and work out which one I think is best or whether they're both equally good. So I'm comparing 2 cards of different classes here, which you've got to bear in mind when you do that not everybody can take both these cards. But I'm looking at this from the point of view of Daisy, who can. So obviously Spectral Razor is a bit cheaper. In general, they start off at the same skill value for Daisy. So for the Spectral Razor, it's 3 + 2, which is 5. And of course, her intellect is naturally 5. I've Got a Plan can go a little bit further with the damage. However, particularly in that situation, if I'm saving it for the Ghoul Priest, the maximum number of clues I'm going to have is 1. So I've Got a Plan is doing 2 damage, exactly the same as Spectral Razor. Now I realise that's one situation. However, towards the end of a scenario, when you're typically fighting the big boss, there doesn't tend to be that many excess clues in the game. If you're playing with 3 players or 4 players, then yeah, sure, you could get this up to +3 quite easily. It just always feels to me like whenever I'm using I've Got a Plan, it's always a compromise. Very rarely have I done the full damage. So I think these 2 cards are both great. I'll definitely be looking at using Spectral Razor a bit more. And also the art is fantastic. It looks a bit like, that weapon looks a bit like Wasabi's weapon in Big Hero 6, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's my main takeaway. Really like this card. Like I said, this is all about me learning about the new cards and testing them out. And yeah, that was the big winner from this game. Right, I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers, guys. Bye.